feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip.
Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. The San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
And 4 at the 31-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Is third down.
On third down, it's Carson, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Carson, the ball carrier.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Fred Warner in on
the numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 15 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
On third down, it's Carson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now, these two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Being chased out left. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have recovered.
The ball carrier.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
This is Carson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Chris Carson.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Seattle.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Carson.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Eric Armstead able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
8-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. On the delay, here's Carson. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
The handoff.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. You give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 39. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's good.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. He will push his way down to about the 14.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist to the referee, and that means 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The 49ers offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game, These days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
A 7-yard.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now after the run by Hunt, here's first and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Mostert. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. This is Mostert. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on fourth. Open man is Samuel, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here? And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On first and 10, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downhill?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
George Kittle.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's second down and 10.
He's going to wind up and air it out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll get this back across. Across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Second and 2.
They run again with Carson. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 33. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They run it with Carson. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Handoff to Chris Carson.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Seattle.
On first down, Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run, first level being the D-line, and linebacker second level, and the secondary the third.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Sheldon Rankins, his second sack of the night.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson, this will be caught just inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Colby Parkinson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Niners set to take over on offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Mostert. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Kaepernick, his first toss off the bench. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is incomplete.
Kaepernick's pass.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
And 10.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
49ers.
First down, San Francisco to pick up 14 yards.
32-yard line.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
6 yards.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by
Dante Fowler in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. Completes it to Samuel.
That's good.
He's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense. Hey, we're going to do what we do.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Mostert into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
Set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 49ers.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And this is a quick slant to Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
throwing on 2nd down. Wilson, a quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Seattle.
Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now the Niners down by 7, and time a huge factor. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. 32-yard from the gun, a run with Mostert, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Kaepernick to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On 1st down, Carson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Wilson. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
17 yards.
They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
On the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the 19.
Out here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The Seahawks